Hey, welcome to the Empowered and Free podcast. My name is Erin Kimbrell, and I'm a counselor, certified life coach, breathwork coach, and small town mom of two. I know firsthand what it feels like to live with high functioning anxiety. For most of my life, I had so much mental mess, anxiety, people pleasing, perfectionism, overthinking, constant worrying, and never feeling good enough. On my decade-long journey to feeling better, I've learned how to take back my life from high-functioning anxiety and helped others to do the same through my coaching and breathwork programs. Now I want to share everything I know with you. This podcast will help you feel empowered over your high-functioning anxiety and free to finally live the life of your dreams. Now, grab a cup of coffee, get comfy, and dive into the episode. I'm Erin Kimbrell, and this is the Empowered and Free podcast. Hey, friend. Welcome back to the podcast. Today, we are talking about your natural anxiety solution. If you've been looking for a natural way to feel less anxious, your search is over. Okay? Free from Anxiety is your holistic anxiety solution to heal your anxiety naturally and finally feel less anxious for good. I know those are big promises, but that is exactly what can happen inside of Free from Anxiety. I have seen it time and time again, and we're going to talk about that today. Okay. The doors to my exclusive Free from Anxiety program are open now for the one and only live round of 2024. Do not miss this, guys. We only open the doors to this program once a year, and it's finally time. Yay! I need like a little celebration sound, right? Head on over to the Free from Anxiety page at erinkimbrell.com/free. The link will be here in the show notes if you need it. And you're going to jump in at the lowest price that has ever been offered for Free from Anxiety. This is happening only during the early bird pre-sale. And that pre-sale goes from March 22nd through the 29th. After the 29th, that price is gone. Okay. And this pre-sale gives you a mega discount. So make sure you sign up now before it's too late. You can find everything you need to know at erinkimbrell.com/free. Let's get into the nitty gritty of Free from Anxiety. What are the results? What are the details? Tell me the testimonials. You're going to hear all of that today. Okay. So here's who this program is for. Free from Anxiety is for the woman who is so fed up with anxiety and the control it has over her one and only life. It's for the woman who is frustrated and confused on how to help herself feel better, and she doesn't know what to do next. I'm going to show you, okay? It's for the woman who feels like something's wrong with her or feels like she'll be stuck with anxiety forever. This program is for the woman who is ready to do the work that it takes to finally feel less anxious for good. Here's a fair warning. Your life is going to drastically change for the better in this program because Free from Anxiety is a full life overhaul. A full life overhaul. Just get ready for it. The women in the program have jokingly said things like, I thought I was just here to learn about anxiety, but I'm learning so much more. And this is really everything I needed to know, which is like the best kind of feedback that I can get, right? There is some kind of magic that happens when women step into their confidence and step into their power. And what I see happen time and time again is these women then make huge shifts in their life. They can tell you when they're able to let go of that anxiety and baggage and weight on their shoulders, they finally start showing up as the women they're meant to be. They finally start living their life to the fullest and feeling that full extent of the lightness, the joy, the happiness, everything that life has to offer them, okay? They did this first by letting go. So they let go of anxiety that had weighed them down and held them back their entire lives. They let go of jobs that they hated. They let go of relationships that were toxic. They let go of living in cities that were really pulling them down, dragging them down. They even let go of marriages that weren't serving them, friendships that weren't supportive, pain from past trauma they'd been through. And most of all, they let go of that crippling anxiety, again, that has been holding them back in every area of their life. So that's what they let go of. But what they gained through Free from Anxiety was much greater, right? They gained this sense of peace, of confidence that was just completely unshakable, that ability to deeply relax without feeling guilty. I think we all need that, right? They gained the tools to really quiet their busy brain that was just going nonstop all the time. They gain self-trust, finally trusting themselves, not having to ask a million people their perspective or their opinion, but just trusting that what they thought and what they felt was right. And they gained a way to feel safe. Now, this is the ultimate need of anxiety. Okay. We know the world is a really unsafe, uncertain, scary kind of place. And when you can gain this need to feel safe, when you can come back to that safe, stable, grounding feeling, you're golden. Okay. They also gained friendships and romantic relationships that were really supportive to them, that met their needs, people that were there for them, mature, supportive relationships. They gained a way to speak their needs, to number one, know what their needs even were, and then be able to vocalize, to speak that, to share what they need. They gained healthy emotional processing. That is what I wish every single person on the planet knew how to do. They gained coping skills. They gained a regulated and calm nervous system. Your nervous system doesn't always have to be calm, but can you regulate it? Can you, again, bring yourself back to that baseline of peace and calm and ease? Can you do that? That's what they gained through the program. And they gained a healed inner child. Now, I haven't talked a whole lot about this here on the podcast, but this is a big part of the program, being able to give yourself what that younger version of you needs. And again, we'll talk all about that once you're inside of Free from Anxiety. Truly, what they did is they got their lives back, right? They're driving for the first time in years. They're having significantly less panic attacks or no panic attacks even. They're able to take their kids to the mall and not freak out, not panic. They're able to go on field trips without that social anxiety holding them back. They're interviewing for dream jobs with confidence, which makes me so happy to hear. They're asking for raises, promotions, things that they deserved, projects, right? They're busting past fears and things that once kept them really stuck in their life. And they're moving in the direction of their goals for their one and only life. Let us not forget, we are living our one and only life here. We got to make it count. And I don't say that in a pressure way. I say that in a way to light a fire under you, to say every minute that you spend feeling stuck in anxiety, overwhelm, stress, dread, every minute of that we can't get back. Okay. So need I say more? Right? The results of this program, the testimonials, they speak for themselves. I truly would love for you to go listen, watch the videos, read their testimonials. You can find them at erinkimbrell.com/free, or you can tune into episode 10. You can hear Courtney's success story and how she healed her anxiety naturally. Coming up soon on episode 38, you'll be able to hear about Jessica and her story and how she healed her anxiety naturally through the program. There are so many ways for you to go and listen to the words of other women. Don't just take it from me. If you want to be put in contact with them, please let me know. I'm sure that some of them will be happy to share with you their experience and talk about the real things that they're now feeling from Free from Anxiety. Okay. So that's a little bit about what the transformation in the program was. Now for all of my little detail-y girlies who are my type A, organized list makers. You have my heart, because I am you and you are me, and we are the same. I love details. I love a list. I want to know all the things. So if that is you, here is everything that is inside of Free from Anxiety. Now, I'm not going to go over and beyond, because all of this, again, is on the page, erinkimbrell.com/free, but I am going to hit some of the highlights here. So here's what you're going to get inside of Free from Anxiety. You're going to learn a simple step-by-step process to feel less anxious. I'm going to help break down anxiety into bite-sized, understandable pieces. The last thing I want is you to feel overwhelmed. So you're going to learn how to take action against anxious thoughts and that anxiety that you feel without the overwhelm. And by doing that, there are 3 main pillars I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you, number 1, how to retrain your brain, how to retrain that anxious brain, how to break the anxiety cycle that you've been feeling so that you're not trapped in that every single day. Super important. Okay. Number 2, the second pillar I'm going to teach you is how to use the right tools for anxiety. And when I say the right tools, this is for a good reason, because so many of us, myself included, are using the wrong tools. And I say the right tools because so many of us, my past self included, we're using the wrong tools. Okay. We're using things that help for a moment, that might take the anxiety away for a few seconds, a few minutes, but then that anxiety just comes flooding right back, right? It doesn't really get to the reason the anxiety is there. And that leads me into step 3. Pillar number 3 is how to get to the root cause of your anxiety and heal for good. So what I mean by that is we are getting to the reason the anxiety is there. Why is anxiety in your life? And how can we move forward and not feel anxious all the time? I'm going to help you do some holistic healing to get to that root cause of anxiety and heal it for good. Okay. So with that, in Free from Anxiety, you are going to learn exactly that, how to feel free from your anxiety. Anxiety doesn't have to be that constant companion, that monster that feels like it's on your shoulders, on your back, that weight on your chest all the time, that looking over your shoulder feeling. We talked a lot about this in the last episode, how anxiety and high functioning anxiety are truly impacting you. So go back and take a listen to episode 35 if you're struggling with that. But what I want you to feel is the opposite. I want you to feel that freedom. I want you to feel that lightness, that ease, that peace, that quiet mind is possible for you. In Free from Anxiety, you're going to learn how to stop letting anxiety control your life. You're going to learn how to ditch anxious behaviors, things like overthinking, worrying, controlling. Man, I used to be a control freak. I planned everything out to like the 10th degree, did not like a surprise, did not like things to go. I liked everything to go according to plan, right? I had to control everything. So if that is you, again, I get it, I promise. You're going to learn how to retrain your brain. We just talked about this, how to break that anxiety cycle so that you stop feeling anxious every single day. You're going to learn how to use the right tools to help you when you have an anxious moment. You're going to learn, again, to heal your anxiety at the root so you feel less anxious for good. And to, here's the big one, take back the power anxiety has over your one and only beautiful life. So here's what you can expect when you finish our 4 months together inside of Free from Anxiety. You can expect to feel less anxious because you've healed your anxiety at the root cause, okay? You will know the simple, proven P&R method. You'll learn all about this, what the P&R method is, and you're going to know how to use that if you have an anxious moment. They'll come and they'll go with the P&R method. You'll learn how to feel lighter and more peaceful. You'll be able to live your life as that carefree version of you that you used to be. I'm telling you, from a former control freak, perfectionist, to that carefree, easygoing version of me that was always in there, this is possible for you, okay? You're going to learn how to release control and finally feel free from the death grip that you've had on life. You can let go, friend. Let your hands go. Relax. Take it easy. That's how you're going to feel in 4 months' time. You're going to be present in life's little moments that you can't get back. And I just want to pause here because this is a really important one to me. As someone who has kids, I feel like ever since I've had kids, my time clock, like the speed in which life moves, just goes faster and faster and faster. And maybe that just happens in general as you get older because you know more. But what I want to do is be present in those times with my kids, because in a month, in a year, I can see their lives grow and change and evolve. And if I'm not present, if I'm not there, if I'm not paying attention, I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss it. And I know, unfortunately, there have been moments that I've missed because I was just so in my head with anxiety. So you can be present in those little moments that you can't get back, okay? You can expect to have energy, joy, and excitement in your life again. Again, hear it in my voice. I'm telling you it is true. It is absolutely possible for you. You're going to have confidence to go for those dreams and goals, especially the secret ones you've not told people about, the ones that you've been too scared to share. Yeah, you're going to have confidence to do that. I just shared about that, how the other women in the program have gone for those raises, those projects. They have totally transitioned careers and moved cities. And that is exactly what you're going to be doing in 4 months. Okay. And then lastly, you're going to feel really proud of yourself because you're going to know you're good enough exactly as you are. And maybe right now you don't know how that's tied to anxiety, but friend, it is so entwined. Your worth, your worthiness, feeling good enough, and the anxiousness that you feel. I'm going to help you work through that. Okay. Man, does all that sound life-changing or what? If that is what you want, I highly, highly, highly encourage you to go jump inside of Free from Anxiety again at the lowest price you're ever going to see. This is just during the pre-sale. When you miss it, it's gone. Okay. So March 22nd through the 29th, that price will be gone on March 29th at midnight Eastern. Okay. For those of you who have questions, if you want to know details, if you want to know how it works, we're going to talk about that next. This is really into the details. And again, you can find all of this at erinkimbrough.com/free. Here's how we're going to work through the process. I call it a step-by-step process because it truly is. I give you video lessons. I give you workbooks. We have live coaching sessions. So let's talk about that. For the 4-month group program, as we're working through this live together for the 4-month group program, you're going to get weekly live group coaching sessions so you can get the exact support you need. So if you've never done this before, think about high-powered therapy in a group setting, virtual, online. Okay, this in itself is a $1,600 value. This is where you get that live coaching. Whatever you're struggling with, you can lay it on the table and you can get clarity around it. In all honesty, I don't know that we've ever had a session where tears weren't shed, because we get right, again, to the root of the problem, to the root of the anxiety. I help you break through whatever's holding you back so that you can get to that place where you feel lighter and free. It is so important. So you get to join me live every single week for 16 weeks to get your exact questions answered so that you can integrate these changes in your life from the inside out. Okay, that's a biggie. Next, I talked about some video lessons. So every single week, you'll have a new video lesson that you can watch in your own time. These are pre-recorded, and these are going to help you learn exactly how to take back control of your life. Again, step by step. This is an $800 value just in itself, and I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about healing your anxiety. So again, the cool thing is you can watch these in your own time. You can move at your own pace. So if you have a busy schedule, don't worry. You can watch these whatever time fits you, okay? Then to go along with the video lessons, there is a weekly workbook. I am a visual learner, but I also like to listen because I love podcasts. I've been in a lot of courses myself in this healing journey that I've been on over the past decade. And I love to have a workbook, something tangible that I can literally work through step by step in my own words, in my own processing. So these workbooks are golden. They're that tangible item that you can use to reflect on what's going on inside of yourself. We know there's so much research that's shown that writing things out is a really helpful way to process. It allows you to get things out of your head and onto paper. So with these, you're going to go deeper than you ever have before. Just you wait, okay? Next, we'll talk about our private community. This is probably, honestly, like my favorite part. And this is why. As an introvert, I'm somebody who doesn't often really reach out to other people for support. I kind of like deal with my own stuff myself. But in this journey to feeling less anxious, I felt so alone. Like I felt like I was the only person feeling like this. I didn't feel like I really had people that I could talk to about how I felt, although I have a great support system, great family and great friends. Sometimes it is easier to open up to people who aren't as close to us. And that's what you're going to get inside of our supportive private community. This will help you remember you're not alone. This is over $1,000 value, and this community is going to let you deeply connect with women who get it, okay? Women who are going through the same thing, women who are literally in your same headspace. So there's no more of that pushback being like, what's wrong with you? Why can't you just calm down? Stop being anxious, get over it. Like nobody says anything like that. In my opinion, this is the best place to be on the internet. This is the place to receive support when you need it and give support when you're able to do that. So when you're struggling, this is the place you come. This is your safe space to land. I know the internet can be a really mean, evil place, but it can also be a really beautiful, amazing place. And I want this to be that uplifting and inspiring community that you've been needing all along, okay? So that is the meat and potatoes. Now we're going to get into, should we call these the sides? The side dishes? These bonuses are what we're going to talk about next. There are so many bonuses. I'm going to stay out of the weeds, stay out of the details, just kind of hit the highlights for the bonuses here. Okay. Again, find all of this on the website, erinkimbrough.com/free. So one of the biggest bonuses is my Anxiety 101 guide. If you have not heard of this yet, this is your quick start guide to feeling less anxious. I know that anxiety is super complex, but this guide is going to break it all down for you. Okay. You get to learn the ins and outs of everything you need in a 101-page guide. This is chock full of anxiety tips and secrets and helps you know everything you need to know to get started. This is the place where I highly recommend you start before we start module 1 in the program. I highly recommend you start with Anxiety 101. Okay. Then another bonus is the Panic Attack Toolkit. This is the help when you feel helpless. This is exactly how you stop a panic attack in its tracks. So not only do you get practical tools, I teach you the 5 steps to calm down a panic attack, but there's also an exclusive meditation and breathwork audio that you can download. You can keep right there for you anytime you need it for in-the-moment support. One cool thing that I haven't mentioned is that all of this is available inside of the app for the program. So it is one click and you're there. Okay, so you can get to that whenever you need it. That is a fan favorite. Lots of the clients, lots of the women inside the program have talked about how helpful that is. Next, we have our Breath Breaks library. You guys know that I love breath work. It is my #1 anxiety tool, and I want you to have pre-recorded breath work and meditation audios that you can go to when you need them most. Click on the app. In 3 minutes, you can be feeling tremendously better. You can release a lot of that anxious energy you feel. Next, we have our Anxiety Tools Guidebook. I've had people actually reach out about this guidebook and just want to buy just the guidebook. Like, that is how powerful it is. So this is over 25 pages of anxiety tools, so you know exactly which tool to use when you need it the most. This is like your quick reference guide. So, so good. The next bonus is our Anxiety Hacks cheat sheet. This is, again, ways to move through an anxious moment with ease. A quick go-to resource you can print out and keep with you wherever you're at. Then we have the Thought Traps guide. So many of us are caught in really negative thought patterns and we don't even realize it. So this Thought Traps guide will help you pinpoint your anxious, inaccurate, negative kind of thoughts, right? This is a good one. If you love hearing about like psychology of the mind, you're going to love the Thought Traps guide. There are so many more bonuses. I have 75 mantras for anxiety relief, 101 journaling prompts for anxiety relief. That in itself is a massive value. You get all past recordings of the live group coaching sessions. So sessions that have happened in the past are recorded. They are there. You can learn from what other women have gone through. I mentioned before, I've been in so many courses over the years, and there have been so many times that I couldn't pinpoint or articulate what I was thinking or feeling. And when I heard someone else say it, it just like clicked like an aha in my brain. That is what you will get when you listen to those recordings. You will get those breakthroughs, those aha moments, because you hear other people talking through it. And then the priceless value of having that community. Not only do you get the community inside of Free From Anxiety for the 4 months of the live coaching program, you actually get continued access to this. I'm not going to kick you out. You're not going to lose your support system. These friends that you've created, there are so many women in the program who are still best friends, who still chat even outside of the group, who keep in contact every day. They're like accountability sisters, like, and best friends. It really is, man, it is so freaking good. Okay. I think I've hit home about all the really amazing things in here. I just want you to know how much power-packed information is really inside of this program. And with that being said, let's say you can't get to all of it in the 4 months. That's okay. It doesn't disappear. It doesn't go away. You have access to this for as long as it is a program. You'll stay in it with us, okay? I know that healing is a long-term game. And one thing that is really important to me is that every single member of Free From Anxiety is able to come back and join us every live round. So it's not like you get to just go through it one time. Let's say you need a refresher. Let's say life got lifey and you're feeling a little bit down, you're feeling more anxious. Come back through the live program. I fully expect to see a lot of our alumni in the next live round because it is so powerful and you want to be in community with women who get it, who understand, and who got your back. And that's exactly what you get inside of Free From Anxiety. Friend, if you are still listening, I know that you're ready. I know that you're desperate for relief from that anxiety that you feel. So stop overthinking. Yes, I know you're overthinking because I get you. Take a deep breath, okay? Repeat after me. I can feel better. Anxiety is not my life sentence. I can heal my anxiety and finally feel less anxious for good. Okay, friend, it's time to take a step towards your new life. Free From Anxiety is the natural anxiety solution you've been searching for, and the doors are open right now, okay? If you want to join us inside of Free From Anxiety, don't wait. This is the one and only time. It will be open for live enrollment this year in 2024. If you're ready to join today, head to erinkimbrell.com/free. Remember, hop in soon during that early bird pre-sale so that you save yourself a lot of money, okay? The pre-sale ends on March 29th. Make sure you jump in, use that coupon code, and save your dollars, honey. Sign up now before it's too late. You can find everything you need to know at erinkimbrell.com/free. Now, if you're a natural skeptic or curious about what makes Free from Anxiety different from anything else that's out there on the market, or even different than therapy, maybe you have questions like that, don't miss the next episode on the podcast. I'm going to share it all there. Okay. For now, again, head to erinkimbrell.com/free to snag your spot and get that huge discount. Go sign up today, friend. I will see you inside of the program. Send me a message when you join so I can say, hey, connect with you and cheer you on. I hope you have a fabulous day. Thanks so much for being here on the podcast, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Hey, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. You don't know how much it means to me. If you'd like more behind the scenes content, inspiration, and daily reminders that encourage and uplift you, follow me on Instagram at @HeyErinKimbrell and send me a DM to say hey. If any of the episodes have been super helpful for you, please consider leaving me a review on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you like to listen. It helps me so incredibly much, and it allows the podcast to be seen by other people who need it. If you want to learn more from me, head to erinkimbrell.com. That's where you'll find all my free resources, read the podcast show notes, and learn more information about my online coaching and breathwork programs that help you create the life you want. If you want to keep the conversation going from today's episode, join us in our exclusive podcast Facebook community, Empowered and Free Help for High Functioning Anxiety. I'm here for you, and I'm always cheering you on. I'll see you next time. I'm Erin Kimbrell, and this is the Empowered and Free podcast.